Okay, so I hope you've tried 1 through 6. You've tried this proof before you look at this video. Do your best to make sense of each step. This is probably the easiest proof on here. Though it might be challenging due to the fact that there's blanks on both sides. So let's take this proof and let's try to fill it out. So you can, and what I want you to do is try to understand the logic behind each statement. So we're told that angle A and angle B are right angles. Prove that means angle A is congruent to angle B. So the first missing step is the given statement. Well, what are they given? What's given to us? That angle B and angle A and angle B are right angles. So that's what I'm going to write first. That's your first answer. So angle A and angle B are right angles. Okay, simple enough. How do we know that? Because it's given. Okay, the first line is always the easiest because you're just going to write whatever they give you. You start with that. Okay, well, if it's given to us that angle A and angle B are right angles, look at what it says. Measurement of angle A equals 90 degrees. Measurement of angle B equals 90 degrees. Because definition of what? I think you'll find this kind of simple. Look at what we have. We have measurement of angle A equals 90 degrees. Measurement of angle B equals 90 degrees. How do we know that? Why do we get to say that? That A equals 90, B equals 90. What did they tell us right here? That A and B are right angles. So they're right angles. So now we get to say they're 90. That's due to the definition of what? Definition of what? Of right angles. Of right angles. That's it. Definition of right angles. So then if we get to say measurement of angle A is 90 degrees and measurement of angle B equals 90 degrees, if they're both 90, then the measurement of A must equal what? So the measurement of angle A must equal what? A is 90, B is 90. It must equal the measurement of angle B. And why do we get to say that? Now, obviously, we're taking B and substituting it in the place of 90. You see that? A is 90, B is 90. So instead of a 90, we write B. So you could have said substitution, but I want to remind you, and that would have been correct. I would be okay with that. But there's a very specific type of substitution where if I say the way it was written yesterday in the algebraic properties is it says if A equals B and B equals C, then I can just say A equals C. So if A equals B and then B equals C, then I can say that A equals C. So what it is, if two things are equal and then something else equals one of those two things, I can take, what I'm doing here is so confusing. So it would be like if I say that, if I say that the burrito costs as much as the hot dog, which costs as much as the hamburger, right? Burrito costs as much as the hot dog. I'm sorry if you're hungry and watching this. Burrito costs as much as the hot dog, right? Hot dog costs as much as the hamburger. So what can you then say? Well, then the burrito must cost as much as the hamburger, right? You take the thing in the middle that's equal and take the two things on the outside and make them equal. This concept right here is called the transitive property. So honestly, if you were just writing out this proof and turning it in, I probably would have been okay with substitution property because really it is using the idea of the substitution property. But whenever you have that A equals 90 and then 90 equals B, so you just say A equals B, it's called the transitive property. It's a very specific type of substitution. All right, and then lastly, we already have measurement of A equals measurement of B. So then what is congruent to B? If measurement A equals measurement B, then what is congruent to B? Well, that would be very simple. It'll just be that angle A is congruent to angle B. Very straightforward. And how do we get to say that? That's the definition of congruent angles. That's what it means to be congruent angles, that they have the same measurement. So hopefully you see how none of those ideas are super difficult, but you need to explain each of them one at a time to be able to take your opening statement and make your final proof. All right, so that's that one. I want you now to try the next set, and there'll be a new video at the bottom of that explaining that one.